As I'm getting ready for the day before it gets hectic, I wanted to do a quick video about certification today. January 6th, a lot of memories. It's bringing up a lot of memories of 2021, when Pence was possibly not going to certify per 45's orders. But then we also could kind of tell that Pence was on the fence, no pun intended, and it was all up in the air. But I had a bad feeling. In January 2021, days before January 6th, I turned to my daughter, and I remember I was in the kitchen, and I turned to her and I said, I have a bad feeling. Why are they letting him have a rally there that day? It's not good. It's just going to be trouble. And then I stopped and I said to her, there's going to be violence, and at least two people, and I said, at least two people will get shot, one person will get killed. That's exactly what I said to her. So we had a whole bunch of snow, kind of like now this year, which is why it's kind of eerie that it's echoing that same feeling, atmosphere and landscape. So kids, Christmas break ended, some snow days that they had ended, they went back to school. And then I went to Walmart because, of course, the kids are back at school and I needed to get some food, some cleaning supplies, and on the way home, driving on the highway home from Walmart, I hear on the radio, is before I turned into where I live, the song Lawyers and Guns and Money by Warren Zevon. It's not a common song that you hear on the radio. It was on like NPR, okay? And so I heard it and I thought, because music is a message from Spirit. Spirit often uses the radio for me. And so my brain stopped, I was like, oh my God, it's bad. It's going to be bad. Crap's about to hit the fan. So I go home and unload my stuff, a couple bags of groceries. Henry was still alive at the time, my sweet Henry. And this winter day, turned on the TV in the living room and had that on, and they started in my time in the central Midwest, they had just started. And I guess Trump was having his rally, but I remember seeing Nancy Pelosi, and then it was kind of like back and forth, right? Like a double screen, an inlay, Trump's crazy rally, and then that. And then, okay, so Pence says, I'm not going to not certify. I'm going to certify. And that's when 45 was like, fight like hell, and go off, and I'll go with you, which he didn't. If 45 had, that would have been potentially he would be called an insurrectionist. He didn't do it. Anyway, so he sent them over. He got them all frothing at the mouth, and they went over with the goal, I believe, was to stop the counting, while a little surreptitious group, the little tech group that had the laptops, remember the girl with the glasses and the laptop, they were going to go in and find the real electors. And once they had them, that's it. We would have never counted the electoral votes. And they had tried, days before, they had tried to submit false electors. Remember that? And those are the people, for entertainment purpose only, who still have been helping 45 this past election. Anyway, so watching live TV, it's like noon my time, noon or maybe 11 o'clock. And Ted Cruz is one of the first people from the first state, Texas, who stands up and because Nancy Pelosi said, does anyone have any objections? And Ted Cruz stands up and says, I want to object our electoral votes from Texas. And she's like, all right, gavel, bang, bang, bang. You'll have to go to a back room and talk about this. And then I thought, man, this is going to go all day. If all these MAGA people are going to, friends of Trump, are going to do this, it's going to take forever. And I had a really bad feeling about that. I was like, he's delaying it on purpose. And they're all going to, MTG's going to do it, and Boebert's going to do it. And so just as they went back to the back room for that, and that was a delay tactic, I know that 100%. And that's when the crowd started to surround the Capitol, beat up the guards, break through the windows, climbing literally like goblins from Lord of the Rings, the orc. You know what I'm talking about? Goblins, orc trolls, supernatural, like their minds are so controlled by this entity, this cult. They were literally climbing the walls to get in there. And I remember someone hung a flag that said Jesus, and I thought, yes, but not what they're thinking. Jesus isn't going to help them. He's going to help the light. He's going to help democracy. And whether you like democracy or not, it stands for freedom and free will, which is God's will. Anyway, and then as they were all beating up guards and police officers, back the blue, remember that? I saw all these white doves descend upon the Capitol grounds and the protesters, and I was like, those are angels. Sorry, this is how I work with spirit. Those are angels. And then Bobbitt lady gets shot because, hello, you're a zombie. There's like zombies. That's what it was like Night of the Living Dead, trying to go into the house to get the people, the living people, the flesh. Zombies eat flesh. And so she was one of the first of the angry mob to break into the window, and they said, stop. They had a gun. Stop. Don't do this. Don't break and enter to the Capitol building. And she's a zombie in the cult and broke in anyway, and they shot her because it's their lives or her life. And they chose their life, and they chose the life of the people inside the Capitol, doing the job for the people, for democracy, to keep us safe. So I'm sorry that she had to die. I know Trump's used her as a mental hostage, emotional hostage, but she was in the zombie cult that was going to take our freedoms, our lives, their lives inside the Capitol, and they chose all of that, and she had to go. Yes, she didn't listen. So anyway, that was on live TV. All of this on live TV. I'll never forget. It's like all in my mind right now. I can see it, hear it all. Fast forward. I knew everything would be okay. And by the way, 45 didn't call it. Remember, why won't he call it off? He was still on Twitter at the time. Why won't he come on and tell them to stop? Tell the angry mob to stop? Because he was part of the orchestrators, the architects. He was waiting to see if they would get the real electors. And once they did, he could claim that he was going to stay forever, that overturn the presidency and stay in the White House. That's why he waited till the end of the day. Okay, so then they didn't find them because Pelosi very intelligently got them and hid them because she's smart lady. So anyway, I knew that we would be okay. I knew we would be okay. It was a terrible day. It was 9/11, but I knew we would be okay. Yes, some people lost their lives, unfortunately. It's awful, but overall, democracy was saved. Anyway, the light went. So fast forward now. We have this horrible situation. November 5th was like more of 9/11, more of Jan 6, 2021. And here we are. And we have these, 21 states that haven't sent their votes in to be certified. So here's what I'm getting after that long story. Here's what I'm seeing for today. I see, okay, I'm just going to say it as I have seen it. Live TV, again, this time no big rally. There shouldn't be, although 45's tried to have his people there. The blizzard probably has delayed a lot of that. And so who will be there? Mike Johnson will have to be there, right? And then gavel. He can't overturn it. Of course, he's not going to overturn it. He wants Trump to get in. But then Kamala will have to go in there, right? That's right. She would be the Pence this time. She could overturn it. Here's what I hear. Bang, 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 gavel. Hear ye, hear ye. The court is in order. I am here to certify the votes for 45. We have had some states who have found issues. So it's a temporary delay in certification. Overall, I hereby accept and offer the votes to the House or Senate or whatever it is. for certification. And then each state is going to come on inside. Texas, do you certify? We certify our votes. West Virginia, do you certify? We certify our votes. And then there's going to be a couple of states who will stand up and say, we have had issues with counting and found tabulator issues. And we are still working on those. It'll be a later certification. We've never seen this before. But we are overall, at the end of the day, whatever hour, however long it takes, Kamala Harris will say, the votes have been certified. Donald Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th. However, it's a temporary hold on some of the, you see what I'm saying? It's like he's gonna be certified, it's gonna go through, but it's like a bank that has temporary funds that haven't quite come in. It shows they're there, account available, account balance. It's not quite gonna match up. And this is where I think that, Kamala, like I said yesterday in the card showed, she's going to be kind of heartbroken to have to say that and give away what rightfully is hers. When we all know that. We all know she won for entertainment purposes only. But she's going to do the right thing and a peaceful transfer of power. However, again, it's a temporary certification. There's a temporary hold while things are still being tabulated. And that is where I still don't see 45 being inaugurated on January 20th. Something's going to happen where it delays, and it will go into March. And that's where I think Kamala could very well, or Biden stays in, which I doubt. I doubt Biden would stay in at this point. He's ready to go. He's tired. He wants his vacay. And he's ready. However, I will say this, no matter what happens, remember this. Biden has svelte, if that's a real word, put Easter eggs, walls, protections, mandates to stop. Because here's the thing. So let's say we stopped 45 now and Kamala gets in, which she should be. There could be another front down the line. Biden has made it so that we have to deal with this monster, this entity, now and in other times, because there could be another time of another front, right? He's done that. He's very smart. He's very smart. I don't care what people say. I do feel like they poisoned Biden this last year for entertainment purpose only because he started to act different. But his brain's still there, right? His work ethic is still there. He knows this from the back of, from his toes to the top of his head. He knows government and how everything works. He has put in mandates and laws to stop people like 45 from doing horrible things. 45 is not going to have an easy time. So Biden has done that now and in the future. So even if 45 sound like the Swedish chef there, gets in, which he probably most likely will, the train's on the track, but I don't know, I still don't see it. But he's not going to be able to do all those things. Okay. The other thing is that, and this sounds silly, but it's true, all those intergalactic friends who have come around and made themselves seen that they're trying to hide, but most of us have seen them and have had experiences. They're here to help. So even if 45 wants to do these horrible things, they're not going to let him either. There is the edge of what he can and can't do here in our government and in the government of the universe. So lay down your stress, lay down your fear, because there are things put in place where people like 45 have no more power. False power. I've always heard that. False power. And he didn't really win. He's not really legally president. And never will be. I've never seen him really being 47. He'll always be 45. He shouldn't have even been 45. But I guess we had to go through that. Oh, the other thing is that, as you've noticed, he has such horrible, chaotic energy. I don't care who likes him. Other psychics, very rare, but other psychics are like, he's a man of God. No, not really. He's actually Yeah, he's not. I'll never forget, Spirit told me that he was a criminal usurper president. That's what they told me about 45. So, um, here's the thing. Even if you say you like him and you think he's a man of God and you had a dream that God said that 45 is going to save us all, he's not a man of God. Only in the sense that he is only in the sense that he's teaching us a great lesson about how not to be like him and how to be empathetic and not like him. So in that, he's taught us a great lesson, which is what the shadow side always does anyway. Moving on, I wanted to say that, it's going to leave my mind now. So there's that where he's not in there. He's not really, he's taught us, even if you think he's great, he brings chaos. He brings chaos. And you could see that already. Look at New Year's Day, all the chaos that already happened. That's the energy he brings. That's why you don't really want him to be president. Like him or not, he brings that energy. So that's not fun. That's not healthy. It's like a bad boyfriend, you know. It doesn't have to be the worst person in the world, but look at the bad energy. Do you really need that? Do we really want that? The other thing is that he leads down a very bad, immoral behavior, thoughts, no empathy, takes us off our path. And the last thing is that he is the viruses, things like that. You can already see he's bringing in, I've always said this, he's an attractor of sickness because it's such bad toxic energy. And it's already happening. You already see he's drawing that in. But again, we've been through the worst, so keep wearing your mask. Anyway, I'll go over that again. Kamala will certify, but not all the states will submit. So it's going to be a temporary hold. So it'll go through, but there's going to be question marks and blank spaces in a lot of these states. So it's going to be not complete. It'll happen, but it's not complete. And I think that's why 45 wants to have his creepy rally. So when I worked on Saturday morning before the ice storm hit, I was asking Spirit, what's going to happen? Why is 45 having a rally before the inauguration? Because, hello, you're getting inaugurated. Why would you have a rally? And they showed me like a dog peeing on someone's shoes. It's to mark his territory. It's like the mark of the beast of like, I'm going to scare you. I'm going to put terror in you. And just in case you're thinking of not inaugurating me, I'm putting up, this fear inside of you. That's what abusers do. That's what they do. Also, there was supposed to be a women's march that day, and he wants to counteract that because that really pisses him off. He does not like women. He lusts after women, but he does not like women. So yeah, that's what I see. That's what I see for today and in the future. But yeah, January 20th probably is not going to happen. It will be delayed, I feel. But today will happen. It just won't be complete. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.